Quotes from J.R. Miller. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. The next thing, when we have the vision of Christ before us, is to get it implanted into our own life. We cannot merely dream ourselves into godly manhood or womanhood. We must forge for ourselves, with sweat and anguish, the beautiful visions of Christ's likeness which we find on the gospel pages. It will cost us self-discipline, oftentimes anguish, as we must deny ourselves, and cut off the things we love. Self must be crucified. It is not easy to become a godly man, a Christ-like man. Second quote. The godly life is not one of ease, pleasure and self-indulgence. We are taught to present our bodies, as a living sacrifice unto God. Ancient offerings were brought to the altar, and presented dead. But the Christian sacrifice, instead of being poured out in a bloody oblation, is to be a living sacrifice of service, of love and of devotion. Third quote. The great sacrifice of Christ is both the model for all Christian life, and also its inspiration. We look at his 6 hours on the cross, as if that were its only act and expression. But the cross was not endured by Christ merely during those 6 hours on Calvary, it was in all his life, in every day and hour of it. Everything he did was in love, and love is always a living sacrifice. He was always sacrificing himself. On Calvary, he only wrote the word out in capitals. Fourth quote. The cross stands not merely for the sufferings of Christ endured in redeeming sinners, but also for the law of love and of sacrifice in every department of Christian living. It is not enough to have the cross on our churches, as a symbol of redemption, or to wear it as an ornament around our neck. The cross must be in the heart, and manifested in the life. Fifth quote. We talk a great deal about the love of Christ, but we must strive to illustrate it and reproduce in our own lives, in our own measure, the sweetness, the charity, the kindness and the helpfulness of Jesus Christ. The cross is everywhere. The more of the sacrificial quality we get into our life, the diviner and the lovelier our life will be. Sixth quote. We do not have to be crucified on pieces of wood, to bear a cross, and make a living sacrifice. The cross must be in the lives of those who follow Christ, not branded on their bodies, but wrought into their character, their disposition, their conduct, their spirit. We cannot live a Christian life for a day, without coming to points of sacrifice. Thanks.